So you have a newer General Motors vehicle, has a tire pressure monitoring system, and every single one of the lights in your dash on, because it's into the Christmas spirit like we are, like this here, and you're trying to collect every single light. This is my son's truck, and he's trying to get them all, but we have the tire pressure light. But the problem is all 4 sensors are showing faulty. So since I am also feeling like Santa Claus, we're going to help him out. He bought 4 new sensors. You get these on the Jungle Store, about $30 for all 4 of these. Not bad at all. And this is the little magic wand that makes them go. If without this, it's definitely kind of a pain in the butt. Inflate, deflate the tires. But this makes it simple. So these together was less than $40. And if you go to the tire store, they're going to charge you somewhere over $100 per tire to install these. But there's one more tool that I need to show you to make this happen here at home. Now, the other part of the equation that helps us out immensely is having your own tire changer here at home. I was able to get this thing relatively inexpensive. And if you have kids, do the math. Like I said, those tire pressure sensors are nearly $100 each to install. Well, this makes it really, really, really simple. But before we go through all the trouble of installing them in the wheels and the tires, I'm going to attempt to program all 4 of them. As you can see, I've labeled them all where they're going to be in the vehicle, because the odds all 4 failing at the same time is slim to none. But one dies, 2 dies, 3 dies, 4 dies, then of course it makes sense to play so far. But I want to try to program these separate first, and if they do program, then we'll go through the trouble of actually installing them in the wheel. Now that we have all the tools laid out, this is the magic wand. What we're going to do is put it into program mode so that we can use that. It's as simple as turning the key on, press and hold the lock and unlock buttons at the same time. Get a little horn chime here from the truck. And that tells us we need to proceed to the left front sensor. Now, if you were actually walking around the vehicle like most people would, you'll notice that the left front marker light would be illuminated, telling you which corner to program. But I got them laid out on the floor, labeled as left front. I should get a beep from the truck saying it recognized it. Now that means the next one is going to be right front. So do that one. Get the same chime. Now we're going to come back here to right rear. You can see my right rear parking light is on, left side is not. So we'll go ahead and blip it. Get the same thing. I get a beep. Now we'll come over here to the left rear. Same thing. My light is on that corner. And should get a beep. All right. Now at this point, now all 4 of our sensors are programmed. If I go back into the truck, you'll see they're all reading, but they're going to read 0 PSI for obvious reasons. I don't have any air pressure. All right, just for grins and giggles, I'm climbing here in the truck. They are now responding instead of NA 0 or broken. They're actually showing 1 PSI, but you get the idea. Now all 4 are programmed, so that tells me our truck is good. This works fine. It's worth installing those tire pressure sensors. Now we're going to do that next. Go ahead and pop a tire off. All right, we're going to do, obviously, going to put the tire pressure sensor. This is labeled left front, LF, left front when we program. This is the left front tire off the truck. But in order to get this valve stem replaced, I got to let the air out. We're going to use our machine here to break the bead down. So go ahead and unscrew this. It'll take a few minutes for all the air to come out, but once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. All the air is now out of our tire. Now, using a tire changer has its ups and downs, I suppose, but that bead breaker, if you were going to reuse that valve stem or tire pressure sensor, do not break the bead down right by that sensor. You will wipe it out. I don't care. I'm not going to reuse them. It's not that big a deal, but it's still going to be good practice. I just tried not to do that. And the other thing is I'm going to be taking this, I'm going to try to pop just the top bead, see if I get my hands in there. I've done that before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But if I have to dismount this thing all the way, I don't have a tire balancer yet. But maybe someday. I'm going to mark where the valve stem is at. I'll just clock this thing right back on the same spot. So a little silver marker or white chalk, whatever, tire chalk will probably work just fine. But we'll go ahead and pop this bead here and see how this goes. Let's see what kind of, no, one more time. Let's see how big this sensor is. It might just be easier to take it all the way off. Yeah, it's that big, tall, goofy one, purple one. So we're going to go ahead and dismount it all the way, hopefully. Hey, that's the right sound. Okay. So Similar to breaking the bead down, you don't want to snag the valve stem when you dismount it. The tire has to drop down in the drop center, so I gotta time it. Just where the valve stem is the first thing that pops off, so I need to bring it back around this way. That was easy. Probably not the right wheel weight. Same thing, second bead. I want to time that. That's the first thing off. Wait. Okay. Now, Allison. I don't have to be nice to this valve stem. Like I said, we're not going to reuse it, so let's just see what happens here. Wow. It said no. Well, I have my little ratchet. Yeah, I wonder if this screw would fit on the other one. Now, there's different designs of tire pressure sensors, and clearly this is way different. That's one of the reasons why I think programming them first to make sure they're going to work. Look at the style. Way different style. This one doesn't work, but I know this one works, so I've already programmed it to the truck. So that one's garbage. Now I'll proceed with not being nice to getting that thing out of there. So I've got that thing out of the way. We're going to give this another whirl, hopefully. Yeah. That works. Now, back in the day, I used to rip the valve stem out with a stem tool. And then you break the bead out of there and get that base out. But nonetheless, it's out of there. New stem, again, left front, we've already checked that, make sure it's the correct corner. And it's not that big a deal to reprogram them. But since I already did, might as well just go ahead and roll with it. Now, the orientation, we want to keep it tucked up close to the rim. You can actually put it in backwards. It kicks out too far, but turn it where you can't see my scribbles. It keeps it hugged up closer to the wheel. As simple as doing this. All right, now we're going to install the tire. This is inside. There's my valve stem mark and wheel weight mark. Now putting it back on is the same. I don't want to start right now because I'll put that tire right in that drop center and destroy that new valve stem. So I'm going to clock it here a little differently. So basically where the tire mounts up and stops last at the valve stem. Do the same thing again. Now, I'm doing it here, going slow so I don't tear the tire bead. Ta-da. Yep, you know, give her some air.
Now this probably take a bit of time, but it'll seat both beads. You'll hear them snap. Hopefully. That was quiet. Wow. All right, now I just need to air it up to 35 psi. Now I've got 35 psi in this, so now I just got to repeat the same process 3 more times. All right, all 4 are done now. Let her off the jack. Now we'll go inside the truck and make sure it's all good. All right, now check out this Christmas surprise. Now it reads tire pressures, about 35, 36 per tire. Now that's what we're reading. I have 1 less light. We're still lit up like a Christmas tree, but this Christmas gift is now over because I'm done working on this truck. So there you have it. I know that wasn't necessarily the shortest video in the world, but you get the idea. If you were to take this to a shop and have all 4 sensors replaced, that's nasty dirty, it's going to cost you at least $100 per sensor install. That's $400. And then that's if you get out lucky and get cheap. Now, I know buying this tool and everything else does not make sense for everybody, but if you want some information on this stuff, the sensors about 35, 30 bucks on the Amazon. That little pressure trigger thing to actually set the program, that's less than $10. And then a tire changer, I'll put a link in the description. If you'd like to buy one, go for it. The thing is super handy. I have now saved so much money for my kids and myself doing this stuff. So if you got kids, definitely look into one of these tire changers and these tools and save yourself a lot of money. And not to mention, it's fun getting your hands dirty. So nonetheless, thanks for checking us out, and we'll catch you all next time.